was telling before you got on, Dean, just Mike Tomlin and how excited he was to see you. Could have cared less about all of us. Just kidding. But I thought it was fascinating. Did you watch the clip I sent you?
I did. Yeah.
It was so great. But he was just talking about how you guys had a fantastic relationship when he was young and starting out. And can you just tell us stories like that? Like what happened when you finally, got to be involved and then got to have like one-on-one relationships with guys like Tomlin, which are legendary, and other guys you're friends with.
No doubt. And I always felt like it was building those relationships. Because look, officiating's not a positive thing. When a coach is calling you, he's not like, yeah, they did a great job. It's always bad. And I always thought I got to have good relationships, because then at least if we have a good relationship, they'll listen, we can get to some common ground. And always built those relationships. Sometimes maybe I went a little too far with some of those relationships and was on a party bus at one point, but we won't get into that. We won't get into
those are the ones we want to hear about.
But I blame Jay Glazer for that one. But
when in doubt,
guys like Mike Tomlin, who's on the competition committee, I told this story. I don't know who I was telling the other day, but when I was up for the job, the head of officiating, it was always like an unspoken rule that because I never officiated on the field, I couldn't get that job. And I was like, whatever, I'm going to go for it. And I interviewed and I got pretty close to the end, and they were going to decide between me and one other person. I remember being in Indianapolis at the combine, and everybody's, hanging out. We were at, Prime,
St. Elmo's,
the steakhouse, St. Elmo's. And I just
staying at the Conrad.
Exactly. And I remember Mike pulling me aside, Mike Tomlin, and like giving me this pep talk, like, you're the guy, you have the most experience, you have the most. Yeah. And I just was like, I was ready to go run through a wall after that. And
eat 40 shrimp at St. Elmo's.
Right?
Yeah,
exactly. I was like, after that, I was like, give me some more of that cocktail sauce. Let's go.
Sure. Throw in some Worcestershire sauce.
He's awesome. He is awesome. Love that guy.
That's great. But go ahead, CT.
No, you go.
No, I was just going to say, like, when you think about like your memories of doing it, don't worry, we're going to get into Jarrett's Tinder page and all that crap in a minute. But we'll get there. But just some of your favorite moments of the job.
Oh my God. There's so many coaches that I really, there isn't a coach, and people ask me who was the biggest pain in the ass. And they're head coaches. There's so much on the line for them. It's emotional. So I would always get it. I mean, I remember Tom Coughlin, like, letting me have it. They lost a game to the Patriots. It was a regular season game. There was a big hold that we missed on the field.
Wow.
And he called me after the game and let me have it for like 20 minutes straight. And while his assistant texted me like, hey, don't take it personally. I get this like 3 times a week. So guys like that. And then you have like Ron Rivera, who's one of my favorites, who I remember meeting his wife for the first time. And she's like, you're higher than me on the favorites list in his phone. So it's like those guys. And I told the story about Rex Ryan to the guys on the crew, because, now he's interviewing for the Jets job. And I said, when the first time he was with the Jets, it was a week 1 game, and we had like 20 penalties on the Jets, and they lost. And some of them weren't great calls. And he texted me after the game, and I just want to mind my language, but he was like, I'm paraphrasing, but he's like, hey, if we're going to get screwed again next week, I'll make sure to bring the lube. So that was a Rex Ryan text message that I've saved, because it was one like, what do you say to that? Like, okay, coach, yeah, bring it.